Hey everybody, here's another video from Angie's Inspiration. Like, share, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, tonight's topic is kind of, I guess, something that I've wanted to talk about for a while on my channel. I just had to figure out a way to phrase this. Okay, so it's relationship advice for persons with disabilities, specifically related to how to get around how your disability could possibly affect your relationship. Now, some of you may think that this topic might not apply to a person with a disability, but believe me, it does, and it will. When you are a person with a disability, you have different ways of doing things than an able-bodied person would. We all have different ways of doing things anyway. But when you have a disability, the different ways of doing things are not a choice. They're a necessity. For an able-bodied person, they are a choice. We do not choose to have disabilities. So if we do things differently, everyday tasks, and differently, it's purely out of necessity and not choice. Now, there's ways around everything, right? Like, there's ways to do everything. You can find different ways of doing everything that would be necessary to live your day-to-day life successfully. However, depending on your disability, your measures of success or victory, when finding these different ways of doing things that help you to live your daily life easier, are going to be measured by how you feel about the way you do things. And only the person with the disability can answer that for yourself, because only they know how their disability affects their body and affects their ability to do things. So, one of the most important things that I can tell you, or pieces of advice that I can give to someone, is, okay, if you're with an able-bodied partner, then talk to your partner about your disability. Explain to them how you do things. Explain to them how you might need things accessible that would be specific to your disability. Because the reality of the situation is that everyone's disability is different. Everyone's disability affects them in a different way. You're not going to find two people with the same disability who do things exactly the same way, or the disability affects them exactly the same way. This is because there are many different variations of many different disabilities and many different combinations of variations of those different disabilities. So, what it comes down to is the only people besides the person with the disability themselves who truly understand the way that their disability affects them and their accessibility needs are going to be the people in the family that they were born into, and specifically the people who have spent the most time with the person with the disability over the course of their childhood or over the course of their lifetime. This conversation that would be necessary to have with your partner may be very difficult, but it's a necessary conversation. It is very important that the person with the disability feel as independent as they possibly can in their own home and in their own life. And the only way this is going to be achieved is if they talk to the person that they choose to spend the rest of their life with about this. Now, some people may run after this conversation. So, sort of get to know the person first and kind of feel them out and get comfortable in the relationship before you talk to them about this. However, in saying that, I do not recommend that you wait too long if you truly love this person and want to be with them, because it is one of the most important conversations that you will ever have in your lifetime, because it is going to set the stage for the rest of your life, and it is going to determine how independent you are going to be able to be for the rest, possibly for the rest of your life. It's also important that as accessibility needs come up in your relationship, as your accessibility needs may change as you get older, or if you move to a different house, then have that conversation with your partner as well, and make the necessary changes to your new environment to make it as comfortable as possible. And again, it would be important to be able to achieve a level of independence that the person with a disability wants to achieve. Their disability should never stand in your way. And someone else who is able-bodied should never tell you that you cannot do something or that you're doing something wrong if it has to do with accessibility. Because only the person with a disability can make those decisions and choices for themselves. Because they are the only person who truly would know how their disability would affect them. And their independence in their day-to-day life. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you are lucky enough to find a partner and you have a disability, then the topic of it, your independence and how much accessibility you require to be independent in your day-to-day life is going to come up. I don't know if anyone has ever thought this through in this way in terms of an able-bodied partner, but I can guarantee you people with disabilities have thought about it because their accessibility and independence are intertwined together, and they are both equally important to the person's day-to-day independence. I really felt like this was an important topic to discuss on my channel because I've had experiences with it in my life, and I wanted to pass on the solutions or the way that I've come up with solutions surrounding this topic before. Also, another big piece of advice that I can give to you that is also related to this topic is if you have an able-bodied partner, do not allow this person to do everything for you, because you will lose the ability to do some things. If you do, you will lose part of your independence. And if this person is doing physical things for you, like that they think that you cannot do for yourself, then, and if you can do them for yourself, you are going to lose a piece of your independence by allowing this to happen. So this is why I'm saying, do not allow your able-bodied partner to come in and completely take over aspects of your life that they just assume that because you have a disability, you cannot do this or do that. Never give someone the impression that you can't do something. But in saying that, if you have a disability, it's also important to know when you need to ask for help, because there are things that as people with disabilities we just may not be able to do sometimes, or we may find very difficult to do, or may even be extremely time consuming. And if we need help to complete those tasks, then that's fine too. What I am saying is all of those decisions should be left up to the person with a disability at their own discretion, because they are the person that has to live with a disability, and ultimately they are the one who has to live with the result of their able-bodied partner doing too much for them. So set your boundaries in place in the relationship early. It is important. And when you're having this conversation with your able-bodied partner, try to be as kind as you can about it. Don't be don't assume that they're going to take independence away from you. Don't be really pushy and over the edge about it, but be firm and let them know that this is important for your independence, and this is important to you as a human being to feel dignified and feel like you are actually contributing. If the person loves you, then they will realize that this conversation was necessary. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. That's it for now from Angie's Inspirations. Bye. See you tomorrow.